Doki Doki Literature Club. Well, it seems pretty harmless to me. I don't know why people say it's scary. Well, I'll find out after I play this game a little, and I don't know how long this game will go on. So I think we're gonna have to play this game in parts. So I actually played this game just about 10 minutes ago. I wanted to figure this game out, and I was still recording the game, but I messed up, so I have to record once again from the start, and this is annoying, so I'm pissed off right now. Please bear with me. And yeah, if you guys don't know what I named my character Pussy Killer, so let's just go with that, right? Hey, it's the girl named Sayori. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you would never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Now, Sayori is here, so she's like, coughing and all. I overslept again, but I caught up to you this time. Pussy Killer is me, so I'm saying like maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Sayori, hey, you say it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Pussy Killer. Well, if people stare at you or acting weird, and then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Pussy Killer, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs, alright? I haven't been looking either. Yeah, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure if it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime, just like me. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. That's why I'm a Pussy Killer. What is this? And I know you're happy now, but I would die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. NEET is a medical entrance exam for medical students in India, one of the hardest tests in India. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Well, what can I do about it, man? I'm a Pussy Killer. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yeah, she's too happy. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess slipping her. What the fuck am I even saying? Sleeping. Oh, sleeping and sleeping, man. Shit. I gotta get my shit together. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. So now we're in the class. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Yeah. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Yeah. Hello. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I would catch you come out of class soon, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement. So I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah. There is no way I'm going to your club, right? You know that, right? Hey, meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is granted to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hehe. Why did you do that, man? Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. She's cunning, man. I always know girls like her. They're cunning and sly as a fox. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay, let's go. So, and thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You bought a boy? Isn't she Sayori? Way to kill atmosphere. Ah, pussy killer, what a surprise! Welcome to the club. Okay. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I have to say that much. The girl, I told you, the girl in the black hair, man, she got huge racks. I'm digging her. What are you looking at? You wanna say something? Say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sore attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. A small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Alright, so that's the difference between Sayori and Natsuki. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly to my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. This is Yuri, so this is Yuri, this is Natsuki, and this is Sayori. Right. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you both. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Oh, that's right. It's great to see you again, Pussy Killer. Yeah, I killed her pussy last night. She knows me. Monica smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Pussy Killer. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me, Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Yeah, whatever. You get them. Well, so far it's been harmless. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but let's see. Sayori, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri over the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly matches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Woohoo! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. Little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. Sayori, it's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why you're thanking me? It's not like that. I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Hey, I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, you know, you dummy. Ah, well, this dialogue, you dummy. I really want to hear it from a girl in person. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismisses the conversation. Yuri turns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Haha, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events and shit. I would much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Possibly, then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way, that many people are very interested in putting all out the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You haven't, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, Sayori says we'll do our best. I'm sorry. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were always delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with your level of enthusiasm about literature. So Pussykiller, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how I have read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. I have read a lot of mangas, so your literature club, I can be the president of the whole literature club, man. Heck, I can teach you English in that school. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, yeah. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed too reserved, so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse as me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to the minimal level. At this stage, Yuri might as well having a conversation with a rock. Monica, really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often much successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? I don't do that. Her face says something like that. What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap behind the last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Hey, your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Ayori and pulls her hands on her shoulder. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averted her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerability possibilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Um, I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poem. We'll all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Pussy-Killer? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we are back to the original topic of me joining the club, I've bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind that entire time. I never said I would join this club. Theory may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thoughts. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Pussy-Killer, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? This is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. And I'll tell you something. The main character, well, I named this guy Pussy-Killer, but is actually very weak. He's yet to become a real man. Right. Okay, I've decided, and I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori warms her arms around me. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Come to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so you can all share. Monica looks over to me once more. Pussy-Killer, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my medical writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. In particular, since we're already here, do you want to talk? Do you want to walk home together? That's right, so Yuri and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for club. Sure, might as well. Yeah. But then the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Yeah, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending our every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Well, yeah. If I were in your position, I would have the same thought process. But I would be man enough to dominate all four of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. It's time to write a poem. Pick a word you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright. Let's go with, I'm not gonna go suicide. Let's go to heart. Because if I go with heart, then girls are gonna like me. So anxiety, suicide. What the fuck is this, man? Comfort, jump, nature, bubbles, unstable, disown, vitality, raindrops. Have. Let's go with jump. Let's go with heaven sent. Let's go with pure. Let's go with charm. Let's go with romance. Let's go with. Alright, what the fuck is happening? My screen went black. I know what's happening. Alright, so I think there was an error and my screen went black, so I'm sorry for that. So where were we? Yes. Heartbeat. Amazing. Fluffy. Marriage, peaceful, gracious, smile, Doki Doki, rose, melody, happiness. That's all there is to it, huh? Hi again, Pussy Killer. Glad to see you. Didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club and I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Pussy Killer. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Come on, like he deserves any slack. So you told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Not so you really certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in her club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Pussy Killer always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Man, these are some tongue twisters. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So you that's because the room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, huh? Aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Pussy Killer can become good friends too? Sayuri? As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh yeah. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? What? Wait, Sayuri? Me? I'm not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is this? What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any next gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Man, look at her face. Man, I just wanna kill that pussy. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. But I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in Sayori's conversation with Monica. Sayori, we're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative mind. That doesn't solve the problem though. Hey, what do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place with a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could cupcakes. Ahaha, good thinking. Natsuki will love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak out of my sorry, I skipped it accidentally. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but so therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Hey, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. It isn't the napping club. Does a school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? it's a secret. I knew it. Come on, let's give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Looks like your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. Try to wipe off the stain with my finger. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie! You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you will thank me later. I'll start to button your blazer up to the top, bottom to the top. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh fuck! And now we're getting to some real shit, huh? Sayori, this is so funny. What it is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does this kind of thing. Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. I wish I had a friend like this, man. I wish I really did. It's okay though. I'm very happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Struggle to fluffy close the button near her chest. Okay. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It seems my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now. So, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh, it's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arm out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you smiling like that? It's a good thing, because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else anyway. That's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things, man. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. But anyway, focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on getting to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was just joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. What the fuck is this? Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out, why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Particular, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on the wrinkled sheet of a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching to their beds. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to? I should definitely show my poem to Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Sayori. Oh my goodness, this is a good pussy killer. Yeah? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer, Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Hahaha. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's a part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, so you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's just a pussy killer poem. It's a pussy killer poem. And that makes it feel extra special. I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Hehe. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really a part of the club now, not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, pussy killer. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only real good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's the part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here today. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yeah, now you'll read my poem too. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to the what am I doing? Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to answer to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night, but at least that makes me a little better about myself, you know. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. Yeah, I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Morning are the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Well, what should I do? Let's complete these 3 parts and then I'll save the game and I'll exit. That will be the end of this video. I don't see any horror stuff yet. Let's go with Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke my emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want me to get smacked? I'll pass. Nah. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Well, yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Let's be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. Writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid, you know. It's exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on the purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So did you. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's not what I mean to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsu keeps feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Now it's time to talk to Monica. Hi, Pussy Killer. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have a go. Ahaha, don't worry, Pussy Killer. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. It's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori will like. Is that so? You and Sayori really are good friends, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are like really different. Well, that may be the case. Maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you are really caring about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. Yeah. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Aha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of general feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each other own. Well, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I would love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the thing, the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. You don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good now. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be very good. Oh, that's because I have to sound confident. That that doesn't mean I'm always that way, you know. I see. Well, let's see. Read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. It's too late. My retina is already smudged with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. Okay, it was kind of strange. It's very freeform. That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. And that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other anyway. Here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you are writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, let's go to Yuri. Yuri! Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm sorry. Yuri bruises her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick on them. I think the most noticeable thing that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. And result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you by surprise. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in this club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased out. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem? Please do. I would love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminates breath with amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Whoa, okay. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost story? Oh, actually the story isn't about a ghost at all. It's a killer. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the ghost of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be too long before you pick on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep writing. I'm counting on you. So guys, I'm ending this right here, this video. Well, if you want me to continue playing this game, please at least leave one like. The target of this video is one like and one comment. Please do this, and I'll upload a new video, new part of this. I'm continuing from right this point, so I'm gonna have to save this first and then save it in empty slot 1 and return. So I'll see you guys next time in another video. If you want to watch this video, you know what to do. You know the drill. You know the assignment. So goodbye.